Hey there everyone, this is Cass with SCNS Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to check out the video version of this, you can check it out on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all at SCNS Live. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of weekly news and happenings in the nerd and pop culture world. Now, it's a weird looking setup this week because there's only 3 cameras available. So, my name is Jason X. Thank you for joining us out there in the super cool nerd nation. Above my head, over here, right there, there's up there. That's Ricardo.
Hey, yo, what up, guys? What's up? I am so excited. Yo, it's going to be an awesome July. What up?
I don't know how it's going to be an awesome July. Anyway, next to Ricardo up there in front of the Thing.
Find out.
And the Return of the Living Dead, it's Bryce.
Rains. Send more cops, more paramedics. Hey, everybody, what's up?
And over there.
Super weird.
Cass and Kat, and Kat's got new hair yet again.
Yeah. I had to prove that I do it myself, so I had to do it before everything opened.
Did you have to prove that?
I don't think I had to prove that. It's really like some of them maybe the cuts are like pretty good, and when you cut it long to really short and all that. But this one, I don't think anyone would doubt.
I've been doing my own damn haircuts from home, and yeah, it's a lot of hard work. Anyway.
You're like Ramona Flowers, who changes her hair every week and a half. I love it.
My last one stayed for like 4 months or something, and that's a record since I started doing all the crazy hair. But I've been training in some ways for this whole thing, for the whole quarantine thing, for like 15 years by being broke and doing all the stuff myself.
Turns out the two are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the event of a horrible pandemic. Anyway. So anybody do anything interesting while under quarantine still? Or, well, stay at home, which not as strenuous as it should be in our state, but hey, I'm staying here.
I've been riding my bike.
Not bad, staying in shape, getting out, fresh air, not hanging around people.
I've watched 3.5 seasons of She-Ra in the past 5 days, I think.
Yes!
Nice.
I love that show.
So by the time that it comes out at, 2 a.m. tomorrow, I think I might be done with this season and can just keep watching.
I'm ready for the final season of She-Ra and also the final season of Rebels, which happened. I can't take this much emotion, so anyway.
Yeah.
How about you, Bryce? You've been doing a lot of traveling and everything.
Yeah, I've been out of town a little bit. Not because I really wanted to, but because out of necessity. I've been spending some time doing the 30-day 100 push-up challenge.
Oh, yeah?
And eating too many peanuts. I have a peanut obsession right now.
Oh, mine is pistachios.
Good stuff.
I'm glad that you guys have, your nut thing that you can relate with. That's nice.
Yes. Go ahead, say it again.
Ricardo's showing off his alcohol. Wait, that was water. It just looks like alcohol. No, I think like there are certain people that just have an obsession with this. And one of them was the longest relationship I've ever had. He was obsessed with Topo Chico. So
I'm trying to get up soda, so this helps because it's fizzy and it's good for you.
It is. He really liked it. I think it's disgusting. I would rather drink regular water. But, to each their own.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I've been molding. I've been trying to learn how to use cosplay, like foam that you mold, like clay foam.
I saw it on, you were posting some pictures on Instagram. What is that?
It is a circle with another circle in there. It is for the most complicated cosplay that I've undertaken ever by a whole whole lot. What?
Iron Man?
No.
Oh, it looks like the art reactor a little bit from here.
You know, who's the scariest boss in any video game? Maybe the scariest ones to fight.
The one where you get the most power-ups right before you go face them? For me,
Nope.
right now, currently the one I hate the most, the Queen Valkyrie from God of War. Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Really? That's who that is?
Their wings are incredibly intricate. I'm not doing the queen just because I don't like the queen's look.
Oh, I hate
and
that.
because I'm tired of seeing the queen because I've been trying to play back through God of War on hard and I've been stuck on the queen for maybe 2 weeks. But one of the Valkyries. I'm trying to make one of the Valkyries.
Nice.
I have been catching up with games I never finished. Assassin's Creed Origins. Surprisingly, I did not get that far on that one.
It's a good game.
I think I'm up to like level 37, and it's truly one of those, if you do all of the side quests, by the time you get back to the main quest, you just one swipe and you slaughter everything.
Right through it. I forgot there was some Assassin's Creed news that I didn't write down, but Assassin's Creed Origins, it does have one of the most ambiguous endings I've ever seen in a video game, but it's super, super fun.
Well, it's the one that starts everything, right? These are the first assassins.
Yes.
So, my boy.
I saw a meme today for an idea for an Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed Oregon Trail. I'm like, you know what? Sure, I'll play that.
You gonna kill him with dysentery?
Yes.
It's faster than their knives.
Also, a surprisingly good movie that was recommended by Cora to me, The Lighthouse, is on Amazon.
Ooh.
You watched The Lighthouse?
I watched The Lighthouse.
And you enjoyed it?
I can actually say I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And now I can actually say
you won't watch musicals.
Yeah, I can say I've seen a movie with Robert Pattinson in it now.
You need to watch Good Times.
I can fairly
I think
complain
you
about
mean
it.
admit.
What? No, I honestly, that's why I had nothing to say about him being cast as Batman. I had no frame of reference for his acting.
You'd never seen Harry Potter?
Yeah, but he was like in that like one movie, right? I haven't seen all the Harry Potters, by the way.
Oh, okay, fair.
He was in the one he died. Voldemort, zapped him or something, right? I don't remember.
I mean, tag your spoilers, but yes.
Yeah.
It's been
only been
years.
like
Spoilers. Yeah. Oh, guess what, guys? Darth Vader was Luke's father. Shit.
No, that's not true. It's impossible.
I'm not doing spoilers.
I'm holding out. I haven't seen Robert Pattinson in a movie yet. I'm waiting for the Batman film. I want that to be my first.
Yeah.
Watch Good Times. That's actually a really good film with him in it.
Oh, wait a minute.
If you want Batman to be your first, though.
Wait a minute. I lied. I just remembered I saw half of the first Twilight, so I lied.
He's seen more than I have. Like, I was going to complain. Oh, I actually have never seen that dude act in anything. Because, anyway. So,
I will say the same thing that I've been saying. If you watch the Twilight movies, which I saw the first one in theaters and was almost kicked out for laughing too loud.
Same.
I saw the first one in theaters, and then this guy I was seeing, like, he had them on. He had one of them on one day. And the cinematography in it, I think it was the second one, was breathtaking. So while it combined to make some terrible pseudo entertainment, I think we should give these people chances in other things. Some of it didn't work out, but there's some very talented people that were involved with it.
I would like to back up as to, you got kicked out of a theater on the Twilight movie for laughing?
I said almost.
And I almost got kicked out of the movie theater when I went to go see Cats. Like, it just happens.
Was it the butthole version?
It was. I am don't. It was not the butthole version.
I'm never going to watch that movie.
I've seen it twice.
If we're going down the list, I've also almost got kicked out of the first Transporter movie for laughing because it was good. It was so hard to hang in there and just try and watch the car chases. And then at the very end, spoilers.
He is a horrible.
This guy says, like, she's blah, blah, blah. She's young and arrogant, but she'll learn. And then you hear a gunshot off in the distance. And he goes, I guess maybe she won't. And I just couldn't hold it in anymore. And I started laughing until I was crying. Like, and then the worst movie I've ever seen ever, Where the Truth Lies, was just really funny.
Do not go.
I'm not going to go into that one.
We need to. That's a separate topic of worst movies you've ever seen and why. Anyway, let's go ahead and start this thing off. Kick it off with some super cool nerd news. It sucks we are without Cora tonight, but guess what, guys? I can still talk about anime, and I don't have my image for the story because I'm so busy getting other people's. But anyway, the newest Studio Ghibli movie, Hayao Miyazaki, has come out of retirement to do yet another movie. It is going to be called How Do You Live? It is being adapted from Yasuno Genzaburo. I'm such a gaijin. His 1937 book, Kimitachi wa do Ikaru Kai. Anyway, the story is about a young boy who has to go and live with his uncle after his father dies and charts how he deals with his spiritual growth, poverty, and overall human experience. Now, it's a Studio Ghibli film. Of course we're going to go see it. However, there's some problems going on right now in the movie world, and it might have this movie delayed by about 3 years, unfortunately. So, really hoping that Miyazaki can, make the best with the time that we have until this movie actually releases. There's no date. There's no script. No one started animation. We're looking at 3 years right now, guys. I know everybody was really excited, but still, 3 years? Hey, what is that? That's, nothing, right? In the world of animation.
Yeah, by the time it comes out, we might be out of quarantine.
We might be able to actually go to the movies again. So
Maybe.
I love Studio Ghibli movies. I think one of the gifts from Princess Mononoke has been making the rounds, where the dude catches the arrow as it's shot at him and shoots it right back at the guy on horseback. Like, here's your arrow back. I love that gif. I was like, "Oh, somebody gift that. That's great." So yeah.
If for whatever reason it can be released in theaters, I think they'll just go straight to HBO Max, because HBO Max is going to have the exclusives for the Studio Ghibli for on demand.
Yeah, but it's not a matter of just the theaters opening up. It's a matter of hi, somebody in the chat. It's not a matter of the movie theaters opening back up. It's a matter of this whole studio. This is not a small endeavor with his movies. Okay, there are a lot of people working on it, and it takes time. So, yeah, it's going to be delayed a little bit. We can be patient. I mean, this man came out of retirement to give us a movie. Give him some slack on time. Anyway. All right, that's my movie news. Anybody else got anything for the movies?
Yes.
That's right.
Because mine... okay, so I screamed.
Can you get through this without gushing?
No, I'm going to gush. So at around 8 a.m., my phone lights up, and I wake up and I look at it, and it says, on Good Morning America, Bob Iger and Lin-Manuel Miranda announced that Hamilton is coming to Disney Plus on July 3rd. It's coming to Disney Plus on July 3rd, and I am so excited. We don't have to wait till October of next year. It will now be here on July 3rd, right before 4th of July weekend. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I am super excited. Cass and I actually got to see the show when it came to Dallas. We kind of went to the same show without us knowing we were at the same show. We ran into each other there, but the show was incredible. But we get to see the original cast when they filmed this back in, 2015, 2016 cast, right?
2015, I believe.
2015. So we get to see the original cast. They're still talking about it still possibly coming out in theaters next year. And originally the DVD, Blu-ray, all that stuff was supposed to come out in 2022. But they might also push that also into 2021. Though I know it's going to be on Disney Plus. I know it's going to be on streaming. But I'm going to own this. Like, if it comes out on Blu-ray, no set yet date on the DVD or if they actually are going to release it again in theaters, that is something that they are still kind of talking about. If it does really well on streaming, which I mean, it's going to, they're still possibly going to release it in theaters, because I mean, I will love to see this on the big screen. But yes, Disney Plus, Hamilton, July 3rd. Lin-Manuel Miranda announced it on Good Morning America 2 days ago. It's gonna be amazing.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah,
I'm still not gonna watch it.
that's fine. that's you. You know what? That is your own damn fault if you don't want awesomeness and epicness and
it's a musical.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I have to say, personally, I am deeply, deeply shocked by this news. Broadway elitism is not really a secret. They have had professional recordings of almost every musical for the last 30 years. They just don't release them ever because they're Broadway. And if you don't come see the show, then you don't deserve to see the show. It has been, I mean, it's the world's worst secret. Like, Lin-Manuel Miranda has done a lot to kind of try and take steps to come back. And he did Ham for Ham shows during his run of the show. They continued those after he was gone. He's done little clips of the show, and he's done things with the recordings and kind of given us, the public that doesn't get to see the show, the story within the songs, which most Broadway musicals don't. So I respect him for taking steps to kind of let us, the poor people, see some of Broadway. And my hope is that other musicals will understand that people will still go to see live theater, even if they've seen a recording. And I'm hoping to see some other musicals, maybe the ones that aren't on Broadway anymore.
I hope so too. I don't think that it's totally framed in elitism per se. The attitude, and I can see it being harder to get over, because the attitude is, if you create an art in a certain medium, it's not even like theater is a different medium. It's different than for instance, if you see a movie and then you see it on TV, the same movie, and there's commercial breaks, that's different, but not a lot different. It's basically the same. Live theater is a different medium than a movie is, though. So I can understand the argument for it. I think it has less to do with like profits, which you didn't say it does, and more to do with like how much of it will carry over and say what you wanted to say, how you wanted to say it. But I do think it's an outdated for where we are. And at this point, they might not have intended it to be this way, but at this point, it's just a money barrier for most people out there.
Okay, so
go ahead.
It comes out July 3rd, by the way.
Yes.
You're welcome for finding the date, because I asked you. Are y'all concerned about censoring?
Yes.
Slightly. There are two versions of the Broadway recording out there on Spotify. There's a clean version, and there's the explicit version. There is at least 2 F-bombs in there.
There's more than that.
There's at least 2, probably.
There's at least 2, but I believe there's more than that.
I don't give a crap about that. I'm concerned about content.
Republicans. I'm Hercules Smogan.
Should they just release 2 versions on Disney Plus? I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're just going to give the clean version.
I mean,
I'm not, like she said, I'm not necessarily concerned about language. I'm concerned about some fairly sexual content that's in there, some very politically currently relevant content in there. That's the kind of thing that I'm concerned with, and that's the kind of thing that Disney censors really heavily.
Also butts.
There are no butts.
Nope. But there are no butts on Disney Plus either. So.
I don't know. I don't think Lynn will allow them. I mean, Disney did pay $75 million for this, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you have to show it this way because this is the way the story is intended. If you try to cut around too much around it, it's not going to have the same effect. Especially those that seen it, they're going to be like, hey,
I don't think Lynn
this
has
is not
that
what
kind
we
of
saw.
streak. I don't think he can do that.
I think he does.
He sold it.
Yeah, he sold.
There's not a guarantee that he has full creative rights anymore.
He doesn't have full creative rights anymore, I don't think. But that would have been something within. That would have been an obvious point, like for the lawyers to discuss at the sale, before the sale. Whatever decision comes out has already been made.
Yeah, we just don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. And there's a chance that if Disney decides to show a censored thing, which he's either allowed them to or he hasn't, there's a chance that if we throw a big enough fit, that they will show the uncensored version in the future.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to see.
I'm concerned. Go ahead, Jason.
No. I said we'll see. What you got?
I'm concerned whether or not Disney will decide to show Spam-A-Lot or From Justin to Kelly.
I would love to see a professionally recorded version of Spam-A-Lot.
As would I.
Wasn't Justin to Kelly the thing after American Idol the first season?
Yep.
Isn't that what that was?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the Kelly Clarkson musical.
I don't know how I remember that. I must have been 3 years old.
I mean, I remember it from seeing the poster and laughing.
Me too.
Yeah, I saw the poster terribly green screened.
I was like, all I can say is these people hate each other. I can look at that poster and tell these people hate each other. Anyway,
Maybe we should stream that movie together and watch it.
I have no idea what any of you people are talking about.
All right.
They tried to make a movie with the Kelly Clarkson, who won American Idol, and the guy who a lot of people were rooting for.
We're going to get the train back on the tracks here.
So I do have some more Disney Plus news that was released actually a couple hours ago. Thank you, Stacey Boyer, for pointing this out to me. Disney Plus and Rick Riordan, who wrote the Percy Jackson books, have announced a Percy Jackson TV show for Disney Plus, a Percy Jackson series. I'm sorry. There are 5 books in the original series. It is about a demigod who doesn't know he's a demigod, and then turns out, hey, you're the son of Poseidon, and you have these powers. And there's a bunch of demigod children out there because guess what? The Greek gods are still around, and they're still going around and making kids with mortals. So he announced today that they are developing a show for Disney Plus. There were 2 movies released from what was the company? It was 20th Century Fox released 2 movies, and back in 2010 and 2013 they did a lot of money, but they were okay. They were very, very not along with the books. But yeah, so we're getting the show coming out, which I'm very excited for because the books are absolutely awesome. I'm actually now reading the ones about the Norse mythology version of it. So yeah, Percy Jackson coming to Disney Plus also.
All right, so that's more. Did anybody else have anything for movie before we jumped off? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, so I guess we can start moving right into TV. And one of the things we have is we got a bunch of CW news, so maybe we can finish off with that. Or I got 2 stories from the CW, and one. Does anybody remember the cartoon Johnny Test?
No.
Yes.
Y'all don't remember Johnny Test? Well,
I remember Johnny Test.
Well, it's coming back with an all-new animation from a studio in Canada. Yes, Dookie and Johnny are coming back, and I honestly really liked. It wasn't a show I followed a lot, but when it was on, I watched it. It's about Johnny, who's basically a test platform for his genius sisters who do crazy experiments to him. It was good, wholesome entertainment, and honestly, I liked it. So it is coming back. I have my dates here because I have to keep changing back over here. So it is coming to Netflix. 2 seasons are confirmed. They will first show up in 2021. We don't have an actual date for them, but 2021 they are going to be shown. The series did previously air on the WB, and like I said, in 2005 actually. One of my favorite cartoons. I'm honestly glad that Johnny Test is coming back. It's a good, wholesome series. My kids actually really fell into it for a while. They watched and binged all the episodes. So, yeah, I think they're going to be happy about this. So, yeah, Johnny Test coming back to Netflix. What isn't coming back to Netflix? So,
was that a Nickelodeon product?
No, the WB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
Yeah, 2005. It's a good cartoon. I think it's pretty funny. It had a good theme song. So, yeah, don't mess with the theme song. Leave that as is. Anyway. Bryce, you've got some news for the CW, which is going to lead right into mine.
Yeah. The CW released a new poster for the dark and gloomy Metropolis.
Is it really?
The Metropolis show that's going to feature Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch in a show. I don't even know the name of it. It's Superman, I guess. Is that what the poster says?
The poster says Superman and Lois.
Yeah, that's right. Superman and Lois. I don't know. I can't remember. You know what? I'm so unenthusiastic about this suit that Tyler wears. It's never grown on me. I'm not a big fan of this suit. I like Tyler as an actor, and I wish the suit was a little different. But I'm going to get over that, and I'm going to try and enjoy the show. But this show is apparently about the pressures and of working parents. They've got 2 kids. They got 2 sons. If you watch the latest crossover event, you know that was revealed. But what's interesting is I haven't bought into Elizabeth's portrayal of Lois, but I really like Tyler's. I'm interested to see how this goes. I'm not a Lois fan at this point with Elizabeth, but we'll see what happens. But I will say this: Elizabeth was quoted as saying, "I got chills. It's something we haven't seen before with them," meaning their 2 characters that they're playing, the 2 leads. So she liked the script, the pilot, and we'll see what happens.
I call bull.
What?
Something we haven't seen before? No. There's no way. Also, I absolutely agree with you. I'm not sold on this Lois Lane at all. I've seen a couple that I like through the years. I think Lois is hard to pull off, but I do not like her. I do like Tyler's suit, though. I think it's cute. I think it's classic.
He's grown on me as Superman.
I really enjoy him as Superman.
I really enjoy him as anything.
I really enjoy looking at his face.
So hard.
The blue laser eyes. Why? I don't know. Why? Just change them to red, please. Change them to red. Stop it. Stop it. But anyway.
The only thing
that's what we haven't seen before.
Well, I'm guessing the thing we haven't seen before on a movie or TV series with Lois and Clark is that we don't have the 2 boys.
And see, there's the thing. Lois and Clark. I hated that show. I friggin' hated that show. I don't want, oh God, how are we going to get dinner cooked? No, save the damn world, Superman, okay? I don't care about these problems you create for yourself. I don't. Oh, life is so hard. No, it's not. Anyway, I'm not excited about this show. I like Tyler on Supergirl. I do like him. He was coming in every now and then. Now apparently it's all combined now. But he grew on me. I'll give him a chance.
I don't know what the tone of the show will be yet. If it's going to have some comedic, input every show, which I hope it does, because I think Tyler's good at that. Because he reminds me a little bit of Christopher Reeve, and he's a little bit awkward the way he plays Clark, and I really like that aspect of what he can bring to that role. But if it's just going to be a lot of drama with the kids and teenagers who disrespect their parents, I'm not going to be excited about that.
Son, you can't use your powers at school. Duh.
The CW's darkest version of their superheroes are still some of the most campy superhero shows I've ever seen. So like, I don't think they can do dark. I don't think they can pull it off.
Hold up on that, because I got a story about it. But do we have a premiere date for Superman and Lois? What is it?
Not yet.
Okay. It's probably going to be in the fall, but the one I am...
Yeah, they haven't even filmed the pilot yet, Jason.
No. Well, the one I am excited about that has been filming is Stargirl. Okay, look, I liked Stargirl in the comics, especially with Stars and Stripes, and this looks like I'm going to get what I want. However, I am...
Uh-oh.
It's the curse of things looking great with CGI. This is movie quality. And I have a feeling like 5 episodes in, I'll never see Stripes again, except for maybe 5 minutes out of an episode. Like, we can't afford to put that mech suit on camera. Which, I was like, okay, I'm still going to watch it. But then this image came out, and this trailer came out of Courtney and Stripes with what appear to be the Justice Society of America. That is Our Man, Dr. Midnight, and I'm guessing it's a female version of Black Cat. I am all about those characters getting their due on screen. I know they kind of showed them a little bit in one of the Crisis episodes, but it looks like they're younger people, like reforming the Justice Society of America, and I'm all in for that. I just know that I'm going to not... I feel like I'm going to be disappointed already.
I mean, it's the Ghost Rider problem. They brought Ghost Rider into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for 3 episodes and then figured out that they couldn't afford him, and then he had to leave.
I really want them to afford this. This is I like the Justice Society of America. They're one of my favorite groups. Black Canary could easily fit in there as well. Just saying.
Oh, yeah? Now that she doesn't have a show anymore?
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I have questions. Did they release a new trailer for this Stargirl with the Justice Society in the last week or two?
Yes, dude. We see them doing powers and everything.
I missed it. I have to look that up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see that, and I share your interest in the JSA. Did they mention Johnny Thunder and Thunderbolt?
Not yet. We're just getting those 5 for now.
Okay.
But I know you're going to disappoint me, but I'm still going to be there for it.
That's exciting. I hope they can spend some money on this show, because that would be a great show.
Yeah, so I figured they're not going to have a recurring role a lot, but I guess we'll first see them during a Crisis episode, and every now and then they'll team up. But hey, Stripes looks great. Stargirl looks great. I'm in for it. So yeah.
Me too.
I don't want to be disappointed. Please, I've been hurt before.
Now, I'm interested in the Mikhail, what he can do with his character.
What?
Mikhail. Joel?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is he doing?
I think he's Starman, is he not?
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil anything. I've read the comics and everything, but we do see a little bit of him. We'll probably get an episode. Yeah. He's the original Starman.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That is very interesting.
Go watch the trailers. They're good. They're
almost predicted by Dan Harmon.
Yeah.
Or he was at a sci-fi convention making fun of nerds. Anyway.
Even somebody in our chat, it's the first DC show I've been interested in a long time. Same here. And I've been wronged before. Please stop hurting me. But yeah. But keeping in CW news, apparently, with everything going on, they're a bit starved for content. So if y'all happen to remember a little show called Swamp Thing that they canceled suddenly, just 2 episodes in and said pull the plug on it. I don't know why. Well, apparently they are bringing this to the CW. I have concerns because I don't even see the first episode of Swamp Thing airing without some rather heavy editing. Did y'all finish the Swamp Thing series? Really?
Never started it.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
I never
did not.
started it. Yeah.
I
I don't
liked it.
think I had DC credentials by the time Swamp Thing came on.
I honestly liked it. I don't think they gave it a chance. I especially love that Blue Devil was in it. Bryce, Blue Devil was in it.
Yeah, you know what? I just read that the other day, and I'm ashamed that I haven't watched the show. So it's my goal to watch the show,
But
unedited.
it feels like Thanos' speech, like, how desperate must you have been to come back to me? we have nothing. Well, we got Swamp Thing. Damn it, air it. Someone.
The only reason that I really wanted to watch Swamp Thing, and I probably will when it comes to the CW, is because I really like the female lead, Crystal Reed. She was on Teen Wolf. And
as was Tyler Hoechlin. They're just sourcing.
And she's a very, very good actress. And so when it comes to the CW, I think I am going to try and watch it.
She was also in Gotham.
Oh, she was in Gotham. Mm-hmm. She did so good.
Yeah, sure. It was good. Anyway.
She played a Falcone. It was good.
Gotham is good. It's like if a mega fan tried to write an AU. Yeah. So like it breaks all the rules, but it's actually pretty interesting in how it comes across. So if you can watch something without being, a DC fanboy about everything and just accept that it's a different take on it, it's really fun to watch.
I feel like you added me on that. Anyway, we don't have a date for Swamp Thing airing as well, but it is rumored to be around the anniversary of them pulling the plug on Swamp Thing. So.
Which was when?
Wait.
Well, remember, while you look for that date, it was supposed to be a 13 episode first season that they reduced down to 10, and shocking the cast and the crew when they pulled the plug on the budget because they didn't have their numbers right. Some mathematician didn't understand what all the costs involved were, and that was a huge crush to all of the crew and cast.
Oh, actually, they're going to be airing some other canceled series from CBS All Access. Tell Me a Story, Coroner, and Dead Pixels.
Sure.
Dead Pixels. Weird.
Okay. It was a UK comedy, apparently, but
yeah, it's about gamers.
Okay. Anybody else some TV news?
I have TV, not CW.
Go for it, Kat.
Okay. So apparently, Robert Downey Jr. is not going to stop doing comics stuff, but he has switched sides. He and his wife, Susan, are going to be producing a comic series for Netflix that is part of DC. It is part of, what is it? Vertigo, called Sweet Tooth. It is from the comics of the same name. It's a broad appeal, family-friendly story about the adventures of Gus, who's part deer, part boy, and leaves his forest and goes and joins like this little ragtag group of animal people hybrids.
Sure.
I don't know very much about it. Haven't heard of this series. It's going to be on Netflix. We don't know when. It stars Christian Conversus. I don't know. Also Nanzo Anazi from Game of Thrones. Don't remember which one that was. Adil Aktari. My notes are written over my notes. Also, Will Forte is in it. And James Brolin is the narrator. So, like,
James Brolin?
That's what it says.
Speaking of Thanos.
Yeah. Well,
so,
kind of.
I don't really know. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to look up the comics and stuff. But he did tweet confirming it. It's going to be on Netflix. Christian Convery, Beautiful Boys, Christian Convery, Game of Thrones actor Nanzo Anazi, British actor Adil Akhtar, and Saturday Night Live cast member Will Forte with James Brolin as the narrator. We don't know when yet.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. First it was going to be on Hulu, and then it got moved over to Netflix. 8 episodes for the first season.
Interested to see what it will look like.
Okay.
Also on Netflix starting June 5th, all 10 episodes of season 5 of Queer Eye. If you want wholesome content that you can just sit back and enjoy, people being lovely to each other, Queer Eye is definitely the show for you.
This isn't your mother's Queer Eye. They don't just yell about how gay people do everything better. They're very wholesome and sweet.
And teach people about how to live their lives a little bit better. I absolutely love this show, and I'm really excited for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as we kind of ruined the theme I was going for there, but there was a big announcement for the Sandman universe this week.
Yes, there was.
I was pretty excited over it. Cass, you got more detail on that?
Okay, so there's been a Sandman audiobook as well as a Sandman TV show in the works. The TV show is for Netflix. It's being run by Neil Gaiman. This is the audiobook. We're going to get it much, much sooner. We do not have a date yet, but we do have the cast list officially as of, I think, 2 days ago. Neil Gaiman confirmed this cast list. We have James McAvoy as Morpheus, Kat Dennings as Death, Taron Egerton as Constantine, which, okay, Michael Sheen as Lucifer, perfect. Andy Serkis as Matthew the Raven.
Perfect.
Riz Ahmed as the Corinthian. Riz Ahmed you might recognize from Rogue One. He played the pilot.
And he was the bad guy in Venom.
He was the bad guy in Venom. And Samantha Morton as Urania Blackwell. If you are familiar with the Sandman comics, she's the one that talks to Death about Ra, and his Death talks to her about Ra and about death in general. Ra, the Egyptian sun god. I'm very, very excited for this. I'm excited that Urania will be making an appearance. But just in general, this is an amazing, amazing cast. Neil Gaiman is going to be narrating, so it obviously has his seal of approval. We do not have a date yet.
About James McAvoy, just a little bit.
Yeah,
he's the only one. Kat Dennings is an interesting choice, but I think she can rock it, and I think with his directing, essentially, that she'll be fine. James McAvoy, on audio, sure.
That was my big thing. If they had cast him for the TV show, I would have really, really disliked it. I think from the audio, I'm good.
Why would you create if you're not planning to?
Because they're just too separate.
I was really excited over hearing this, and I hate to correct you, but we do have a release date.
We do have a date. Okay.
July 15th, 2020 on Audible exclusively. So I will be getting Audible just for this.
And we will be hitting you up for your password.
Yeah.
And it will be adapting the first 3 volumes of Sandman.
So far, with a promise of more to come, which is exciting.
Also, Neil Gaiman is narrating this. Thank you. Just thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Very excited for it. I love Sandman, and it's just getting ever so closer to maybe actually making it to the screen. Also, Kat Dennings is deaf. Come on.
It's very different. It's a very different way than I would have gone with Death, but I'm really excited. I think she's going to be interesting.
I think she'll be interesting. I think she has a hard edge to her voice, but I don't think she has to. She goes into a different range. I think she has exceptional control over her voice. So I'm interested to see it. I'm concerned. I don't think you develop these two things simultaneously, get all screen actors to do the audiobooks. I think the casting is probably similar. But we'll see. If it ever comes to the screen, I'll believe that when I see it.
Neil Gaiman has been talking about they have been using this time to do writing for the Netflix show. So, which is encouraging. It's still concerning, but it's encouraging that they're using this time to really get the writing set in stone before they move forward.
Very excited. Anybody else got anything for us for TV? I kind of jumped the gun.
I do.
What you got?
Yes, I do as well.
So what?
Bryce, you're next after Rick. Go.
All right. So for a couple years ago, Anne Rice was able to get back the rights, the movie rights to her books, The Vampire Chronicles. which started off with Interview with the Vampire, which came out back in 1994 with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and Kirsten Dunst. She was able to get the rights back to her books, and her son Christopher, I believe it's his name, have sold the rights to AMC Networks. They sold the rights to the Vampire Chronicles and also the Lives of the Mayfair Witches, and they will be developing not only a TV show for both series, but also possible movies. We only ever got 2 movies out of the Vampire Chronicles. Interview with the Vampire was the first one, and then The Queen of the Damned, which came out like in 2000, 2001, which was nowhere near close really to the book, except for like minor things. So I'm very excited for these because I've read the Vampire Chronicles. They are absolutely amazing. I love Anne Rice and her writing. They sold when she was trying to sell the rights earlier, she was seeking between 30 to 40 million to both book series, along with a 2.5 million payment to former rights holder Warner Brothers. So yeah, they are. Yeah, so we're going to see a TV show probably in the next couple of years. There was a deal at one point with Hulu, but that never came to fruition.
So AMC is just going to be moving from zombies to vampires now, huh?
Yep. And these books are incredible. If you've not seen the
itself.
movie, the movie is really good. It's actually very close to the original book because Anne Rice wrote the screenplay to the movie. So
she did write the screenplay.
Yeah.
In substance, it doesn't have substance. It doesn't have substance.
She's the one I use the example of like not all people should be trusted to adapt their own work, because the book is about religion and art and eternity, immortality, and the repercussions of that, and about sex, and the movie is about how Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise would be very hot vampires.
And Kirsten Dunst is pretty whiny.
And Christian Bale is storyteller, I guess, an interviewer or something.
Also,
like.
Antonio Banderas, also hot as a vampire.
Christian Slater, not Christian Bale.
Yeah, there you go. Christian, I felt like
I thought she did a really good job adapting her own book into the movie.
I think a lot of the story remains, but I think any meaning just got wiped from it. Left, which sucks because I really liked the book. I haven't, and I know nobody likes their book being in a movie and blah, 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 and they always ruin it. But this one felt like they got all the story stuff there, but it was the story stuff that didn't matter, and they failed to convey the deeper questions.
Like Choke.
Except Choke didn't get the story right either.
Oh, that's fair. Like Interview.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that. I thought she did a good job adapting her own book, especially with how difficult it was. I think it did a good job of doing that. Now the sequel was way worse, and I wish they would have adapted the Vampire Lestat first instead of Queen of the Damned. But hopefully now they'll do it even better. Now that it's going to be a show where you can actually go more into detail into more things. So
I mean, I'm still interested. I think there's a lot of technologies come a long way since then, so that could help. Prosthetics could help that are wearable. They were very cumbersome to wear, and it affected the way they talked a lot. And I think the book is really interesting. It's full of meaning, and maybe in TV they won't feel the pressure to cut all of that.
So no release date for anything yet, but since this literally happened 2 days ago, but probably the next 2 to 3 years. So there we go.
All right, moving on. Bryce, what you got?
Okay, well, the trailer for season 2 of The Twilight Zone dropped.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed the first season, and now with this new trailer, you can find out who you really are according to the trailer. And the 10 episodes that are dropping on June 25th, one of them is going to feature Marina Baccarin, fan favorite from Firefly and Deadpool.
Nice.
You're going to get to see her in an episode written by one of my favorite TV writers, who is Glenn Morgan. And Glenn wrote many excellent, wonderful fan favorite episodes for the series The X-Files. And Glenn actually wrote 3 episodes in the first season of Twilight Zone season 1. I don't know if you guys did you guys get to watch season 1?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
episodes? I watched all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of them. I love that show.
Which episodes did he write?
Okay, he wrote A Traveler with Stephen Yoon and Greg Kinnear.
That was good.
Yeah.
He also wrote the one with the Bradbury crew going to Mars.
Okay.
That was good. It was weird.
Yep. I loved it. And also the Blue Scorpion, where the guy finds a gun after his father commits suicide.
Oh, I liked that one. That was one of my favorites.
Look,
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Twilight Zone series, I've loved all renditions of Twilight Zone through the years, from Rod Serling all the way up to now. Also, is Jordan Peele okay? Can somebody just call him just to make sure he's
No.
okay, please?
No, he's not okay. He's not okay, Jason.
I kind of miss Funny Jordan, but also I love everything that he's doing right now. But still,
I feel like he's really finding his rhythm as far as like the amount of like lecturing preachiness that's there, but like how to make a point within entertainment, still be entertainment and still make the point. And I feel like he keeps getting better at that.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see, about women, about race, about whatever, how to make the thing still very entertaining so you don't feel like you're just being yelled at, but still also making you think about how you treat other people and are treated.
Yeah.
I am very happy to hear about season 2 of the Twilight Zone happening because they did it right, and I'm so happy about it.
I
Yeah,
really
they were
like the
good.
meta closer. Like that.
I
Was just-
loved the closer. It was so good. The first episode and the last episode, I think, were my favorite.
Yeah.
They were wonderful. I do want to give a correction to what I said because I read my notes incorrectly or remembered them incorrectly. So I just want to say that the socially conscious, creepy storytelling that I love that Jordan Peele does. I mentioned earlier that Glenn Morgan was writing the one with Marina Baccarin. Well, I misspoke. That is actually the one and only episode of this series so far that Jordan has written. He's not directing the episode, but Jordan is directing an episode featuring Marina. And Glenn Morgan, I mentioned earlier, is writing an episode. I just don't know which one. But he is writing an episode as opposed to he wrote 3 in the first season. He's only writing 1 in this season. But I have to drop his name because I'm such a huge fan of his work. And so this starts June 25th, and all 10 episodes will drop, and I'm excited for that.
All 10 at once or
All
week by
10.
week?
Nice.
Nice.
All 10.
I guess we know what we're
10-hour
doing.
bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Me too.
All right. I got a short bit of TV news. It's disappointing, but if you're a fan of Superhero Time, Kamen Rider, and Super Sentai, unfortunately, those seasons are being put on hiatus as of now. TVASHI announced that the hiatus is due to the ongoing COVID-19 outbreak and the extended state of emergency in Japan. So alternative episodes will air. They say 3 weeks, but who knows? It could be extended out further. Everything's very uncertain right now. It's a shame. This is a series that has gone on through all the years, and finally something brought it down. So, yeah, no new episodes of that. And I just got my VPN figured out to watch stuff in Japan. Literally, I just finished. I just figured out what I needed to do, and damn you, Creeping Darkness, damn you! All right, I think that completes out my story. Anybody else who wants to go next?
I have more bad news on the TV front.
Oh God!
Turns out Supergirl will have a season 6.
Unlucky.
Has it been around real for that long?
Wow!
To me?
Maybe.
Wow.
I never thought anything
Pick the gloves up a little
Supergirl,
bit. Come on,
Superman
we
would
can't
be
hit
that
that look.
interesting.
She's pregnant. No hitting below the belt. Come on.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Okay, but below the belt wouldn't be pregnant issue.
Don't hit above the belt. It's
Yeah.
really, you don't, it's that area
Stop
above the
punching
She's
belt.
down.
about to
Okay.
get hit below the belt real hard by the pregnancy.
Stop punching down. We've all stopped watching the show. I mean,
Well, she can't punch down either. Like, it's bad for the baby.
Or ski, apparently.
Yeah.
Do they integrate the pregnancy into the show? No.
She has a boyfriend, so I think.
I
Is
hope
it her
not.
boyfriend or husband?
I have no idea.
I know her husband's on the show. I don't know.
I hope
Anyway.
they don't.
I'm sorry for derailing. I'm so sorry. Please continue.
Well, I'll
Hey.
go ahead and derail further. Stop me if you've heard this one. New Mutants has a release date.
Oh.
I've been saying this since 2018.
Just release it on Disney Plus or Hulu already.
I've been saying New Mutants has a release date since 2018. I'm going to go
Just
watch
put it-
this movie out of spite.
Just
When
put it
they-
on Hulu. Like, who gives a shit at this point? Just put it on
When
Hulu.
they say they have a release date, does that mean the actors are coming to your neighborhood theater and they're going to actually act it out? Because I don't believe we're getting a movie.
I
Can't,
think
because of the
they've
darkness.
forgotten they're in this movie. Somebody
I
asked
mean-
Macy Williams about this. She's like, yeah, what is going on with that? Like, she asked the interviewer. Like, she has no idea.
At this point, I think the actors could perform it in my home and I still wouldn't watch it.
August 8th, 2020, we'll see. God, I am so. Also, dates like this, please go check us out at facebook.com/SCNS Live. Anyway, okay. I got nothing else.
I got video game. I have a few video game quick hitters.
Hit us
I
up.
got one video game hitter.
Go ahead first, Ricardo.
Okay.
Nintendo Switch. Nintendo today announced a new Paper Mario game for the Switch.
Hey. Oh yeah, looks good.
Oh, Paper Mario, the Origami King, which is going to be a new 3D enemy. They released a trailer earlier today, and he will have to team up with Bowser and the Toads, along with his new partner Olivia. So I'm very excited. I played the original one for the GameCube way back in the day. It is currently on pre-order on the official website for $59.99. And it's going to come out July 17th of 2020. So, yeah, new Paper Mario game for those that are a fan of the original Paper Mario.
Never played it. Never played it at all. Anyway,
That's fun.
I
Video
didn't
games.
either, but people who love it. So
Oh, I'm aware.
probably pretty cool. So we have a list of confirmed PS5 games.
Ooh.
Just go through them real quick and say whether they're supposed to come out right away or later. Assassin's Creed Valhalla confirmed launch title. Dirt 5, which there have been other Dirt ones, 1 through 4 presumably, is a TBA. Fortnite launch title. Godfall, which looks really interesting. I'll look into it at some point. TBA. Lord of the Rings Gollum. 2021. Outriders. Holiday 2020, which is basically
Pretty much.
launch title.
Yeah.
Quantum Error, TBA, Scarlet Nexus, TBA, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, TBA, Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs, the other ones have been popular. So Legion is just in Ubisoft's fiscal year, which is April 2020 through March 31st, 2021. All of those are confirmed, and there's a lot of more that are projected, but we don't have confirmation on. In an earnings conference call this past week, PS5 is on track for this holiday season. According to them, will drop before this holiday, before Christmas, I assume. And I've seen comparisons in the last day or so of the different graphics on Xbox, the new Xbox system. But PS5 is getting Unreal Engine 6. Unreal Engine drives a lot of games. It is absolutely incredible what these engines do and how they make the worlds appear. A new version of it is a big deal, and the comparisons have out that it's like they didn't tell the Xbox programmers that they were programming for something different. So yes, it could do these things, but it hasn't really. Whereas they released a real-time Unreal Engine 6 demo of some playing around on a fictional game. It was a Tomb Raider with flying. I don't know. Anyway, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, Rick was trying to get me to watch that, and I actually forgot, and I did watch it. Looks great.
It's absolutely breathtaking. I'm excited.
Yeah, and who wouldn't play that game if you got to fly around?
They said by holiday, and I saw a tweet confirming it was after October. So
which they're going to get some event to show us these games.
Birthday drop, yes.
They're going to. They're not. Sony is not going to show you anything till it's good and ready.
And Sony wasn't doing E3 anyway, so.
Yeah, but also they have a lot of. If they've already said holiday, then you have serious gamers looking at it around their budgets. Like, we don't have to look that hard. We're not going to have the money right away, but you're looking at it around your budgets anyway. And you have a lot of on the fence gamers on which system they're going to buy. Yeah. You want to be top of mind, so you don't release any of it till late, because you know that people are saving money for something. You show it when you show it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, kids. It's gonna be a light Christmas, guys. I'm sorry. Dad needs a PS5.
I already have money set aside for both systems. Like, my money's set off to the side for the both of those. As soon as those things drop, I'm gonna be at work. I'm gonna be like, here's my money. Give me my system.
Shut up and take my money.
I would, but I had to pay rent. So.
I would like to remind everyone that my birthday is December 29th. Never asked for anything, but it is.
But I want a PS5.
I do want a PS5.
Yeah, don't talk about birthdays. I got one of those creeping up on me anyway.
You're going to be 29 again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We know how old you are. We said it on the show last year.
Some funny additions going to have to go on. Anyway. All right, who else has something to throw in?
Oh, the Dungeons and Dragons thing is still going on. I forget what website. The website you go to is, I think, DM Masters Guild. Give me 1 second. It should still be going, though. It's right here. Play It Forward event is going from May 4th through May 17th. So you still got a few more days to go on DM's Guild, and anything you purchase, 100% of the royalties go to the creators. So Wizards of the Coast is not taking their share. It goes straight to the creators to help encourage people. So buy shit if you have money to buy shit from Play It Forward, from the DM's Guild, or the Storyteller's Vault. Until the 17th.
Bryce, I think you had one more. I know we're running over a little bit, so we start a little bit late. So,
okay, so I've got two more. There was a gentleman who expressed great displeasure that the best character in a iconic sci-fi comedy film wasn't featured in the reunited, apart Back to the Future cast Josh Gad YouTube event. And much to the dismay of this man who called in to Josh Gad, calling Josh Gad a butthead, but also did a very important shout out to Project Hope and for people to donate to benefit first responders and hospital clinics. So Biff Tannen and Thomas Wilson, one of the same, called in to Josh Gad following the Reunited Apart event, which was hysterical with Huey Lewis and Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd and so many others. It was wonderful. If you didn't catch it on YouTube, check out Josh Gad's YouTube account. It was really funny that that everyone participated except for Biff, and then he called in and he was upset about it. So you need to check that out if you haven't seen it.
Hey, he's getting his own action figure. He can chill.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Bad guys need love too.
Right. So say hi to your mom for me. And while you do that, I'm going to tell you about one other thing that happened. Brent Spiner has been busy on the internet, along with his other buddies. Patrick Stewart's reading sonnets. LeVar Burton's reading stories. Well, Brent yesterday announced that he's decided he wanted to start making potatoes look like various Star Trek characters. And so he's going to be using some artistic license to make, regular crew members and captains. Crew members are going to cost $12. Captains are $15. It's going to be $50 if he signs them. Rosalind Chow, who played Keiko O'Brien, said, "I hope if you make me, I hope it's hot." And Brent replied on Twitter, "Well, of course it's going to be hot. It's you." So,
when you came back from that Star Trek convention and showed me that picture, I was uncomfortable. Okay.
With which picture?
Keiko O'Brien, all grown up and.
Oh, you're thinking of Molly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Molly. Sorry.
Yeah, that was Hanahate.
Right.
Yeah, Molly. Yes. Why were you uncomfortable with that?
Because it's like, ooh, that girl looks good. Yeah, that's so and so. No.
It is weird to see children become hot adults.
It's like the girl from Spy Kids. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, check this girl out," and would not tell. "Hey, check the girl. Oh man, that girl's hot. That's the kid from Spy Kids." I was like, no. Why'd you say that?
That's funny.
It was a trick. Anyway.
Right? So I went ahead and ordered a potato from Brent Spiner.
Of course you did.
And here it is. It's Patrick Stewart.
I'm done.
So, it's a hairless potato. And so I decided I wanted to get Captain Picard and not the Odo potato because I thought, Odo could look like anybody. But I wanted to get this one. I thought he nailed it. So
I want to see a certificate of authenticity on that. Okay.
Yeah, let me look for that.
Yeah, here you can make it. Here I got another Sharpie here. You can make it with just.
Oh, hang on. I think we got some subspace interference. I can't hear you anymore.
Don't you get out of this broadcast.
I think our signal's being jammed.
Right. Anyway.
Just that thing.
I can't hear you.
I want to see that damn thing on alternate heads. All right, guys. If anybody has anything else, go ahead and hit it up. We're going to go ahead and close out the show. Thank you all for joining us out there. Anybody? Anything?
Cass,
Quick.
Go.
If you could, I can wait. If you want to do one, mine's
Frozen on Broadway is not coming back to Broadway because due to COVID-19, they're done. It's not coming back to Broadway. And second thing was that the Star Wars Pod Racer was supposed to come out a couple of days ago, has been delayed indefinitely for both the PS4 and the Switch.
Oh damn. Okay. Cass?
I was very sad.
All right. In much more important news, a group of celebrities came together to give us a video that will truly lift our spirits. A video of them singing Weird Al Yankovic's Beat It, or Eat It, rather. Weird Al Yankovic's Eat It. The celebrities included most of the cast of Better Call Saul, Bob Odenkirk, Michael McKean, Maria Seahorn. It also included Rachel Bloom, Jack Black, David Cross, Tony Hale, Scott Adsit, better known as Baymax, and Patton Oswalt. Also, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Weird Al Yankovic, closed them out. It is truly a spectacular video. I would absolutely encourage you to go watch it.
I think I'm going to have to, unfortunately.
It was absolutely stunning. I have to say, especially Jack Black.
There's no way I would miss out on a Weird Al video.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm going to please provide a link to that in our chat. And
it was stunning. I will.
I need to see that. So anyway, guys, that is our show. Thank you for joining us out there in Super Cool Nerd Nation. As we still try to bring you guys some entertainment from our homes. Perhaps one day we'll see each other again. I changed out the damn video card on this computer so we can do the show. I haven't used it yet.
Soon.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. If you want to follow us, make sure you follow us on Instagram at SCNS Live, on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook, facebook.com/SCNS Live. Of course, please subscribe and like this video because it really helps us out and we'll be your friends. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me at JasonTheX on Twitter and Instagram. Rick, what about you?
You can find me on Instagram at NerdyRick89. I'm doing the 366-day challenge. Today was day 135, I believe. You know what? Being in quarantine, all this, it actually makes it kind of hard. But I've been showing off these awesome Funko Pops I've been getting, the Lego sets I've been building, and what was today? Today was a video of a bunch of signs to say thank you to the first responders, essential workers, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Also, a quick shout out to Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Congratulations, you guys are having a kid.
The best pregnancy announcement ever. God, the man
is pregnant.
The man made me want to cry. That was great. Anyway, Bryce, what about you, buddy?
Okay, you can find me at Bryce Culver on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find me on Instagram with Trapdoor Toys. And you can find this guy on Captain Starch on Instagram.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Save us. Save us. We'll also see Bryce this weekend on Alternate Heads.
Kill us.
Cass, what about you guys?
You can find me on Instagram at the Good Cast or the Bad Cast, depending on what quality of content you enjoy. I think the last picture posted on the Bad Cast was just me bawling my eyes out. You can also find me on Twitter at the Good Cast.
You can find me on Instagram at BetterCat right now, posting progress pictures of the 2 baby steps I've made on my new cosplay. And you can find me on Twitter, usually at Doa Drawings, where we draw cartoons of things that casters say.
I'm totally screenshotting that image right there of Bryce.
Beautiful
potato face. Check out the channel also. I've got some toy reviews up. Review this guy, Spawn, T-Pose. And new episode of Alternate Heads this weekend. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining out there. Appreciate your time. Look to the stars for hope burns bright. But as we always say around here, keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding.
Later.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Why don't you make like a potato and go join Star Trek?
That damn potato.
I bet you're extra.
And you're angry. Just in case.
Lord help us.
All right, that is our show. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to check out the live video version of this, you can find it at YouTube and Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter, all at SCNS Live. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing week.